Well, hello and welcome again to Minecraft Dad with me, Paul McJ. Now today we are building a automatic or self-building fort. Now this is going to be perfect for your little builds and projects to hide it from enemies. So let's see how this works. Just press the on button. Builds out towers, builds out fences and builds both ceilings. Press down, ceilings disappear, fence goes down, towers go to the down position and disappear. So let's get into the build. Right, before you get confused, this is still the same tutorial, but this tutorial started life as a totally different project, as a command block multi-level elevator. Now this is the up function. Going all the way up to the 4th floor. Lovely. And we'll select another floor. Go 4. Go all the way down. Down to floor 2. And go up again. Down again. And down to floor 1. So this is the commands that were making this work. I was going to replicate this nicely for you in a video. So those open the doors, those are the up and down functions, and those full slabs and half slabs, as you can see there, which are the main element of how this works. Clone commands, cloning those half blocks and full blocks into another position and going up and down. But what I found when I revisited the elevator to test it is that the down function worked okay. Worked perfectly. However, when we tried to go up, so when I select the floor to go up, say 3, we were getting trapped inside the lift. And we've got to somehow break ourselves out. What is actually happening since one of the Minecraft updates is that whenever you're going up on one of those command blocks, it's sliding you off to the left or right, and if you're surrounding yourselves in blocks, you're getting trapped inside. So I recreated the up function. It seems to be working fine going up and down. So let's get rid of those. So the function is working okay, it's just for some reason you can no longer stand in those blocks and it'll lift you up, which to be fair is really, really annoying. So it will go to shame to not use this function in another build, so that's what I am attempting to do on this video. I'm going to use that up function as one corner of a fort. So we're going to build 4 of those, and I'm just going to add fly, add some other features and make a cool building fort. Right, so let's get into it. So first of all, we're just going to build our position where our blocks are going to be cloned to. So I'm just going to get some smooth zone and just make a little fort, a little 2x2 grid. Now importantly, just make sure that coordinates are on, command blocks are on as well, and also cheats enabled. So we're just going to need also to build the blocks that we're going to clone. So as you can see there, we've got some full blocks and some half slabs. Make sure between each of those blocks there's a 3 block gap. Right, so we just need to get the coordinates for those. So your coordinates will be different, and there's going to be so many coordinates. So I recommend that you get a sheet of A4 piece of paper and write them all down. So we just need the top coordinate now for our full block coordinates. So I'm just going to put a block under there. And we stand on top there, that will get that top coordinate. So we've got the bottom and the top coordinates. And we're then going to be cloning them into that original position. We're also going to need to do for the same for the slabs as well, so let's get that coordinate. So in that case 15, 4, 7, 8, 8. And we also need that top one as well. So the way we're going to do this is that I'm going to put a full block under there, get rid of that slab, stand on top of the block, and then that coordinate. As I said, make sure that you write them down, otherwise you'll get very lost very quickly. We'll just put that slab back and get rid of that block. Now let's get building our commands. So as you can see, we've got our position, our position coordinates, where we're going to position to, our full block coordinates and our half block coordinates. So that's 3 separate coordinates that are going to be in each clone command. And within each command, the Y coordinate is going to go up sequentially. So essentially, I'm only going to be using 5 command blocks in one sequence here, which represented, you know, the lift going up on my multi-floor elevator 1 floor. So I'm just gonna get, in this case, some white and some lime wool. You can use any colour, but I like to make my different circuits on these different bright colours so I can distinguish between each circuit. So I'm just going to make a line of blocks here, enough for 5 command blocks. There's some repeaters in between, so I like to have my command blocks facing all the same direction, so just extend that out a little bit more. One more, and we can fit another 2 command blocks there. And we're just going to put a repeater between each of these command blocks. And each of these repeaters is going to be set to 4 ticks delay. Like so. Now we also need to extend this out as well. Let's get our line, roll back out, and just going to extend that across by 2. And just get some repeaters coming out at each of these, like so. This time we're going to set those to 2 ticks on each one of those. Now, I like to have these facing a different direction, up to you, but it just looks better that way. And we're just going to add a block here with a button so we can test it when we're running all these commands. As you can see, it will go off in a cascade with a slight delay. Each one of those represents 5 blocks, so we've got about 5 blocks in total. Right, so we need to put our first set of commands in. So the first set is going to be the slab command, so that half slab command, put that coordinate in there. And then we just need to put the position that we're cloning the blocks to. So as you can see, it's cloned the half slabs to that position. I just need to slightly amend that. So we just need to do our full block now. So clone. And then our third set coordinates is the position that we're cloning them to. Press the button and there we are. See, the full block has cloned itself there. Right, before I start putting all the rest of the commands in, I'm just going to extend this out by 10 blocks. So essentially, we're just going to have 4 corners with those 4 blocks in. So we're going to need coordinates for each of those positions when they're done. So this is where the 4 corners are essentially going to be cloning to. So we got a little square now. So before I put the rest of them in, I'm lazy, I can't be asked to build all them, so I'm just going to get a structure block and just copy that whole section and just clone for each of those 4 corners. So just put that Z coordinate to 10, and we're just going to save that as tower. Saved. Just gonna do one more. Space them out evenly. Load. Tower. So we should have each of those 4 circuits for each of those cloned areas in the towers. So, but as I've just cloned all those commands, we just need to manually change all those commands for each of those 4 towers. So we need the positions for each of those towers and add them as the 3rd set of coordinates to each of those command blocks. So I didn't show you how this worked exactly the first time round. So as you can see there, that's the coordinate for that tower there. 124767. So that's where that tower 1 is cloning to. Tower 2 will clone to 124755. Tower 3 will clone to that core position, and Tower 4 to that position. So we're just going to amend Tower 2 now. 755. Then that one 2755 also. Press that button. It's also run the first set of commands, but obviously you see now then that full block is now on that right corner. So if we go into that second sequence there, now as you can see as well, that's 125767. Each row goes up by 1. So the next set will be 6, 7 and then 8. So we'll just need to change those also to 755. So that'd be 125755. Go into that one. See, 126767. we change to 12.6, 755. Same for that one. We don't need to change that one because that's already on 6. 12.7. 12.7, 755. And then 12.8, and then we change that to 755. So that's the sequence: slab coordinate, the full block coordinate, and then the position you clone to. And on each tower, that Y coordinate going up sequentially. So if we press that now, the second one goes up. So just to see that go up again. So we also just need to do this to the third tower. Of course, this end coordinate is going to be a different set of coordinates again, because we're also on a different X coordinate. So that will be 24, 4, 7, 5, 5. Then we change the full block and do it also to the same. Change that to 24. Just put a button there and test that. See there, that is in that tower 3 position. I'll just do one more in this section to show you. I think you got the gist of it. As you see now, the Y coordinate we don't need to change because that's on 5. So we'll just need to change the 12 to 24. And then that to 755. And the full block to the same. Right, we don't need to change those. I'll skip for the rest of these now. I think you've got the gist. So we'll just test this now. And tower 3 is done. On the up function. So on tower 4, just show you one set of blocks just quickly. So we don't need to change, as I said, the Y position. I'm going to change that to 24. And that's all. We want the 767 coordinate. So all we have to do quickly is just change all those 12s to 24s. So we'll just press the button here now. Let's press the button. And that 4th tower goes up. So each of the coordinates is now in for that position. Just need to get rid of these here. And we're just going to join them all up quickly. And we'll put our button there. Right, so we're going to be doing the same now with a down function. As you can see, the green circuit is my up function, and this blue circuit in the back is going to be my down function. So I've copied all the commands from the green circuit, and we're going to be changing one coordinate in each of these blocks. So instead of going up, we're going to be going down. So the Y coordinates accordingly need to start on 8 and then finish on 4. So if we go to our first one, so we'll just change that to a 8. And the same with that one. So the next one that needs to be a 7. A 6. We need to change that one. 7. That needs to change to a 5. And the last one to a 4. So we head up button down, goes to that position. So that would be the down movement on our elevator, for example. But it's staying like that. As this is going to be a self-building fort, we want those to disappear at the block at the end. So I'm just going to add another circuit to the end of this with a bit of delay and a fill command with some air, which will get rid of those blocks. Right, so I've just got my blue wool here. I'm just going to extend this out. So what about a second of delay? A few repeaters in, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll put them all on 4 ticks, so that should give us. Whoop. So I'm just going to put another set of coordinates in here. It's going to be a fill command, so it's going to be the bottom of the tower coordinate to the top of the tower. 12, 4, 6, 7, and that's going to be the top left hand corner there, 13, 13, 7, 6, 8. And then we're just going to fill that with air. So that delay. So when I run that, get rid of that. It'll go down, and then a second it'll disappear completely. Now I've just sped through and filled in all those. Now you know what you're doing for the down as well. Just quickly show you those third coordinates are all different, so each of the towers and the air blocks as well, because each tower has a different coordinate. So when we run this down command now, you can see they're already up, so we'll press up, and go up. down. And they go down and disappear. So what I've also done here is I've created got some fence blocks and just created a line of fences, 5 high, 4 high, 3 high, 2 high, and then 1 high, with length of 10, to fill in those gaps between the towers. And we're just going to be using a clone command there to clone this in a similar sort of fashion to the up command on the towers, but this is literally going to be the X at the bottom, the coordinates at the bottom of the fence on one corner, and the Y coordinate at the top of the other coordinate on the top of the corner, and they're just going to be going up sequentially. This is going to be my orange circuit, and as they go up, as you can see, it goes up by 5. By 4 actually, not 5. Because we want a block gap between the top of the fence and the top of the first part of that tower. There's the second one. So I'm just building these in 2 stages, so we're going to have 2 orange circuits for the up for each side, with one fences, and another 2 orange circuits then for the other side of the fences, and this is going to be my down function, which is the same as that, but we're using fill commands. I'm just going to fill one line at a time with air. Like so. And I'll get rid of one line of fences on each sequence. So if we press the down on that, go down, and then the down on that. Let's put it with the last coordinate there. As you can see, there's 2 sets of fences, one for the facing one direction and one facing the other direction. Just makes it easier to orientate them. So this is all the command blocks into the up and down on the fence. So 1, down 1, up 2, down 2, up 3, down 3, up 4, and down 4. So we also need to add the ceiling areas as well. So I'm just going to use a fill command and just fill one side of the towers to the other side of the towers with stone, like so. And that's the top ceiling. And those are going to, and these clone commands are just cloning some pillars on each side under the towers as well, on the diagonals, like so. And this other circuit is going to be the down with the same sequence. When we press on, it adds the ceilings and the pillars. Then we click that one, and the down for the pillars. Right, so I've now connected all these up. I've built a little structure in the middle as well with the same commands in. So when we press that up, it all builds up. And when we press down, down. Excellent. Up. Down. Boom. So we can also run it from the inside in there, when we're inside the structure. So essentially, we're just using a set block command. So a set block, a coordinate and a restore block. So that coordinate is just going that block there. So it's pulling a red stone block to that block, setting off that repeater. And the same coordinates, it gets rid of that restore block. And then we're cloning another red block into the next sequence of the up. So we're running first of all the up function, and adding the up function to the fences. Getting rid of it, and then spawning the next redstone block. To the up function of the ceilings and pillars. And then get rid of it with an air block. For the down, it's going to be slightly different. So we're setting a block. This is going to be in reverse. I'll set in a redstone block to the down function on the ceiling and the pillars. Getting rid of it with air. And then set a redstone block then to the down function on the fences into the circuit here. Get rid of it with an air block again. And then a redstone block to the final section, which is our down function on the pillar on the towers, which is there. Try my best not to cross it with another redstone. Should have spread that out a bit more, and that will get rid of that red block then. And one more time, up. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you again on the next tutorial. If you liked, hit like, and please hit the subscribe button. So that's it for now. Ciao for now, and we'll see you again on the next tutorial.